I'm getting the feeling that you're not taking this seriously. Once upon a time, the two families were friendly. They're neighbors. The Baileys even helped the Fletchers build their treehouse. It's an impressive structure, I must say. The conflict stems from a piece of disputed land. The Baileys kept expanding their lumber yard into the Fletchers' hunting grounds. When the Fletchers appealed to the Round Table for judgment, none had a superior claim. So we split the land in half. They both felt robbed, but the matter was resolved. For a time. That was until the fire. A section of the land caught aflame during the night. It was mostly on the Fletchers' side, but the Baileys weren't unscathed. They both accuse each other of starting it. If either claim is truthful, then sanctions would have to be handed out. I need you to get to the truth of the matter, and I want some evidence. Good. Start by questioning the leaders, Edward Fletcher and Harold Bailey. Get both sides of the story. Then investigate the scene of the fire. See what you can find. Lancelot ordered patrols to keep an eye on the area and warned everyone to stay clear, so nothing should be tampered with. Once you've brought evidence of the truth, I can bring you into the fold. For now, I'll let Lancelot know you can come and go to the castle as you please. Good luck.
Need something? It's about time. There's been too much confusion around this fire. It must be stamped out. Harold Bailey himself, I suspect. Or maybe his father. I doubt he would have gotten any of his boys to do it. Who else would do it? If you have any evidence to the contrary, then fair enough. I'll put a sock in it. But I don't know anyone else with a motive. While I'm certainly not shy about making their involvement in the fire known, I think they're good people at heart. They're just stubborn. They know that land is ours. We moved into the area and claimed it weeks before they even arrived. And they think just because they helped build this place that we owed them. They received banquets of food in return. More than fair. This was the early days of Camelot, nearly 8 years ago. They could have starved without our generosity. I was preparing dinner for my family. I'll do terrific venison stew. Here, have a can. Very well. I'm not sure. I'll be honest, what my brother did was regrettable. John and the boy weren't part of this feud, or at least they shouldn't have been. Being knights of Camelot, they live, or lived, at the castle. Seems they had a feud of their own after the fire, a microcosm of conflict. It's unfortunate it escalated. I almost lost my Mary last year, to illness. I can't imagine the pain Harold must be going through. Whatever he did, no one deserves that. Later. Need something? Wouldn't say we need help. Later.
Hello there. Good. The truth about this fire will prove our innocence. The Fletchers. I don't have any evidence, but I know it was them. That may not be good enough for the Round Table, but it's good enough for me. They're criminals. Listening to the radio. I always tune into Nigel's show in the evenings. I'd almost drifted off in my chair when the smoke got me up. I thought the whole forest was gonna burn down. We managed to stop the spread with the water from the pond. They were nice enough at first. We even helped build that treehouse of theirs, but they quickly revealed their true colors. That land is rightfully ours. It's on our side of the walkway. Stopping our field at some arbitrary line is ridiculous. They have the entire woods to hunt in. Do you know how much additional manpower it takes to haul wood long distance? I used to think they were just stubborn. Now I know it's something more malicious. After what they did to my son, I'll never forgive them. Of course he does. Look, I know this fire doesn't look good for us. It mostly being their land. But I promise you, it wasn't us. The Fletchers are conniving. They know if we ever did something like that, we'd face sanctions. Most likely, they'd get their half of the land back. No worries. See you around.
Sorry, can't talk right now.
Greetings. I saw two people out there that night, shortly before the fire. Didn't get a good look at them, though. My eyes aren't what they once were. I'm Frank Bailey, Harold's old man. My working days are behind me, so I mainly handle logistics. Keeps my noggin busy. See ya.
Can I help you? Yeah? Good. Not sure who done it myself. All I know is that my brother shouldn't have died over some poxy forest. Are you? You Round Table lot could have stopped it. But you didn't. You just stood and watched it happen. I'm Ryan Bailey. Not much to say, really. I don't get up to much. I work hard and I keep my head down. He had an accident, that's all. A tree fell on me. Hazard of the trade. Bye.
Need help? Hello, sir. Name's Timothy. Or Timmy, for short. Saw the fire with me own eyes, I did. Thought the old forest was a goner till it started chucking down. Could be I can help with your investigation. Always fancied a career in sleuthing. I watched you snooping around like a prat, that's why. Harold and Susan, but I just call them Mum and Dad. I'm their youngest. Because I'm gonna help with the investigation. That's why. Thanks. I try not to think about it. Me and me older brother Ryan looked up to Thomas. Well, since I don't fancy digging round in the mud for clues, I can do you one better. I saw a bloke light the fire that night. I didn't see his mug. I was watching from the lumberyard, but he was suited up like a Camelot knight. He ran off to the old shack over there. I didn't follow him or nothing. I'm not supposed to go out on my own. So, did I crack the case or what? Not really. It was dark until the fire properly got going. By then, he'd run off to the shack. You know, checking the trees. It's a family business. No worries. I'm always glad to lend a hand to those in need.
Just I was hoping this in the last event. I suppose people do this for fun.
Come back here, damn it! Someone help!
Initiating police protocol. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Violence will not be tolerated.
What's that noise? Shit. This time.
Calculating chance of success.
Can I help you? He had an accident, that's all. A tree fell on me. Hazard of the trade. I... Oh shit. It's not what it looks like. At least, it didn't happen the way you think. Please, just let me explain. It was an accident. Me and Timmy were sneaking off to the tavern that night. We wanted to surprise Thomas. One of those bleeding rad stags came out of nowhere and ran right into my leg. I didn't even notice I dropped the lantern. We ran off, and Timothy went to get me some bandages. By the time he came back, the fire started. No, I think my mum suspects, but she doesn't know. My dad wouldn't believe it even if he saw it. I don't know. I told him not to. We knew this fire would be bad for the family, me especially. I guess he wanted to protect me. Probably afraid of losing another brother. Please, tell Arthur the whole truth. Make him understand.
How goes the investigation? Go on. As I unfortunately suspected. The evidence? I was so sure this was about the land. I didn't think Harold and Edward could both be wrong. What exactly happened? Those poor boys. The guilt they must be feeling over their brother. Terrible. I'll have a talk with them. Consider the matter dealt with. I know Edward Fletcher. He's not one to demand sanctions over the mistakes of two boys. And Harold? Well, I'll talk with him too. I asked for the truth and you gave it to me. Now I must act on it. I shall be glad to settle this dispute amicably. Thank you. You've done well, and proven yourself worthy of Camelot. From this day forth, this land is your land. You shall defend it as your own. I bestow upon you the rank of Sergeant. May you serve it well. Now, I had questions if we ever cross paths. Questions about our new head of the civil service, Smythe. Guinevere, our agent in Westminster, has been looking into them for years, but they remain elusive. Who are they? I see. That's some alarming intel. How did you come by it? Rough. I imagine that trail led you to Westminster. But who let you in? Few have the privilege to come and go. Curious. I assume that meeting never happened, judging by your prompt incarceration. After you escaped, Tristan and Iseult met you at the tournament. It seems you were more than just an observer. They said you were looking for explosives, so I must assume you were behind the explosion. Why exactly? So you wanted to kill Smythe, but ended up causing the tragedy that gave them more power. I'd wager Mr. X was more fond of Smythe than he let on. But that's in the past. No point dwelling on it. I expect this Smythe character will take a role in things to come. We must be ready to face all the gentry can throw at us. They're with Smythe now. That gets me onto your next assignment. I want to strike a blow against the Tommies, but I don't want to take military action. At least not yet. Percival is looking into something that you can help with. Speak to him. Good luck, Sergeant.